Oh, we're here already. Holy crap, this was like way shorter than I remembered. I wonder if anything's gonna happen with that.
No, it's just...
We just had the Siddle.
Stamps the dog, bro.
Get back!
Do you think canonically, because bullets are way more lethal in cutscenes than in actual gameplay, the canonical events is that all the party members never get hit with a single bullet?
Yes.
Because it's sort of like zombies in Resident Evil, they don't get bit one time.
Yes. In canon of Resident Evil, Chris Redfield went through the events of 1, Code Veronica, 5, and 6, and never got bit one time. That's just canon for you.
This boss fight is not that hard. If you knock out some of his legs, he'll get stunned and go into pressure mode. So I find this boss to be pretty easy. Where's Focus Strike?
Stagger.
Nope.
I love how they artificially lengthen all these bosses. Like, every major boss is like 5 parts.
Yeah,
because you would have beat it right there, or come pretty close.
It would have done a lot of damage, but yeah, I know what you mean.
That's a lot of damage right there. Get the slug ray. Whoa, team.
Get away from me. Wait, whip.
Summon.
Oh yeah. I always forget to cast haste. Alright, heal teeth.
Let's finish it.
I got this one.
We're counting on you.
I am Ifrit. Such a cool move.
Switch to Tifa. Whenever you stagger, you want to use True Strike with Tifa immediately to increase the stagger.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Usually you don't have much time, but you can use two strikes and it'll get to 220% damage.
Oh no! How'd the stagger go up so fast?
He was about to do his, he does like an AoE thing that you can avoid, but as long as you knock out one of his legs, he can't do it, and the stagger goes up really fast.
Oh, okay.
So this battle's pretty much over.
Let's go! Yeah, Crab Warden. This is definitely the most Kino team. Cloud, Barret, and Tifa. It seems like the most natural.
Yeah, they play off each other like perfectly.
What's wrong with your PS5?
No!
This won't do.
I will say that the PS5, I don't know if it's I don't think it's my particular unit, but the operating system is kind of buggy, and sometimes when I go to put in rest mode, it'll like display this really obnoxious like green screen, and it will like hard lock, and I have to unplug the power. I looked it up, and it seems like it's like affecting a lot of PS5, so it's just like the firmware being like bad. Those white hairs are odd.
So? All the sensors in Section E are
Inoperable.
inoperable. President.
Look at that fancy smartphone.
Yes. Yes. Everything is fine, sir. Better even. There's been a development. Yes. Understood, sir. We know exactly where they were headed. If the armor is
I
intact,
want
then you'd best
Heidegger's
determine the nature of this
jacket or
anomaly
whatever that is.
It is pretty cool. It's like a really cool jacket, and then he has a tie and like you know, button-up shirt too.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
You will deal with our
It's too bad that like Heidegger. I don't know if they're gonna do more with him in part 2 or like onwards, but he is like
Yes, sir.
such a minor like Shinra like
I
executive.
treat my people more than fair.
Scarlet is definitely way more important than him.
Huh.
I guess Palmer is the least important, but
Well, doesn't he become like the de facto head of Shinra once President Shinra dies? Oh no, Rufus. Right?
Yeah, Rufus.
Duh. Sorry.
and like Rufus steals the show, and like he, other than Scarlet, like most of the other characters like don't do
Passage is
anything.
beyond these shipping containers. Let's slip through them.
Slip through them.
Oh, thank God we get to do this more.
About a tight squeeze.
You okay?
Oh, weird camera angle.
Yeah.
I guess just showing off the wreckage.
So, you bump into any giant robots like that in Reactor 1?
Yeah. Except the bastard looked like a scorpion.
Whee!
Speaking of which, what would you say that last one looked like?
Huh?
A crab.
Lo and behold. All aboard.
Alright. Got 15 minutes left. We'll we can't finish this part, but we'll start it.
What do you think Cloud's sword says in Japanese? Hard edge.
Just so you know.
I wonder if you can actually look that up.
Easier.
When did it ever?
Oh yeah, this is another. Well, it's not like completely original to this game because it kind of exists in the original FS7, but it's like way expanded on.
The blade has the kanji. I'm not even gonna pretend to say it. Japanese term for cutting into two with a single stroke. There you go.
That sounds so simple.
Only because it is. That there's the reactor support pillar.
So what's the plan?
The hard edge is definitely his like most lethal looking weapon. It looks like it'd be so painful to get like cut with it, even more than the Buster Sword.
This here is Section F.
We cut through section G and head for H.
I like how they show you actual enemies walking around.
Closer to the reactor.
Oh man, this part was so annoying because I knew like I knew I was missing items and stuff, and I knew you would never come back here, so I kept looking around over and over
Yeah,
again.
one thing I missed for my initial first playthrough is that Chocobo and Log summon materials here, and there's like a very particular thing that you need to do to get it. And I was actually missing the. I was trying to get the trophies, and I was like, one was like, get all of the summon material. I was like, what am I missing? Because I had Bahamut at that point. It was like, oh, Chocobo Mog is in this game. I was like, oh, that's weird. Because there's Fat Chocobo in this game too.
Wait, so I want to try to understand the geography, right? So you're like right below the plate, right?
Yeah, like that's the upper plate.
Okay. But
This oughta
you got on a train on the ground level, right?
no good?
And you pretty much went through like tunnels,
More like what we
Yeah,
which are like ground level.
it really, yeah, now that you mention it, it really doesn't make sense, because when you exit the train, I could feasibly imagine the train, like, elevating itself while it's, like, in transport and going up more upwards to the plate. But when you leave the train section, you go down a ladder and then down, like, a platform that, like, keeps ascending downwards, so I don't think that actually makes a whole ton of sense.
And you're literally miles above the plate. I didn't think about it till now. Because it's a really cool part. I love, like, the look and everything. But I'm just like, how did you get up so high?
Insufficient power.
Of course.
Hey guys, look at this. Instructions for dealing with a power shortage.
Kill the lights, wait free up power from the gate and other stuff.
Sun lamps. You think these are the plate suns? The closest thing we have to the real thing.
gotta put out a sun just to open a gate, huh?
But if we go through with it, the grounders in Sector 4 will suffer.
Now or later, sun's going out for good when we blow the reactor.
That's true.
Let's go.
All these.
The idea of the moral conundrum between shutting down the reactors and making the citizens of Midgar suffer, I kind of wish they had expanded on it more, because, I mean, after this, the plate starts falling and then you leave Midgar.
That's gotta be.
It just feels like something that they could have feasibly made a little bit more interesting,
That a console I seen at the top of that ladder.
but it's about the same as the original game.
You know, I didn't even think about it. Like,
I'll go.
everywhere you are in Midgar, except for obviously at Shinra HQ, you're under the plate. So I guess at night they just turn off the lights.
It's hard to say. I don't even know what the sun lamps are necessarily used for in terms of aiding.
Well, because they
Shinra?
don't. Even in the original game, they don't see the sun.
Yeah.
So,
Emergency power supply confirmed.
ergo, these
Activating locking mechanisms.
Okay.
lamps would be so unbelievably bright and hot that you could definitely not get anywhere near them.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, look at that. You can see the exposed like wiring. It's like still beating red hot.
But I guess
It's also
yeah,
silly that you have to turn off this enormous like 100,000 watt lamp to open a door.
yeah. I guess
Not again.
I guess literally at nighttime they just turn, so there wouldn't be a sunset. All of a sudden it would just be like the light would be turned off.
Yeah.
That has to be it.
And basically, unless you're like in the outer crust of Midgar in the slums, you're not really gonna notice a whole ton when it's like night and day, like especially in the inner portions.
Just passing through. All right. Watch and learn. Got this.
Worked up a good sweat.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this area, I guess. It's alright.
It's probably the most confusing area.
Yeah, it's the most convoluted place.
Is my guess.
Lucky us, am I right? One less thing for us to worry
Yeah,
about.
thank God we're never gonna have to deal with those. Also, thank God this is New Game Plus and I don't have to do a whole bunch of extra stuff for Materia and Chugabun Log.
Yeah.
Because I already have them.
Monsters sure seem to like it. What's up?
I remember being on this so long because I needed to make sure I got everything.
But it all goes back to shit.
I really hope in the second part, whenever it is, for whatever system it is, that you can somehow use your data from the first game in some way.
I'd be really disappointed if you can't just transfer your entire save over. Because
Yeah.
they made the level cap 50, I would assume very intentionally.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't start at level 50 next game, that's just really confusing why they would do that way.
Unfortunately, I didn't spot a connecting catwalk to Section H. Did you?
Well, we could always do another lap.
Go for 10. Why don't you?
The only other route that I can think of would be...
Get wrecked.
It was such a weak
I'm for giving it a
thing to
try.
say anyway. I don't know
It
why
might not work
Barrett's
out, but
mad.
It's the only idea I've got.
It's not a bad one.
So we're shooting for those giant fans way over there. Okay. At least we've got a clear landmark to guide us.
Those ventilation fans?
Keeping the plates air clean by pushing the small old systems designed to keep shit cold and feel fast.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it.
He's taking a nap, dude. He's not overdoing it.
That was easy.
Sure.
It is kind of interesting that I guess there just isn't that many opportunities, but there's not a whole ton of like status elements that you really have to worry about in this game. There's no like rimmed accessory, but even if there was, I don't think I'd really use it.
Hey, look! I think we can climb onto that pipe.
Sure seems that way.
Seems safe.
No fear, no fear. Yeah, no fear. No fear. No fear.
Imagine dropping that.
No fear.
God.
No fear.
I'm so afraid of heights that I can't even look at that in a game.
Hey guys, you know, these fans are really loud and
You chickening out?
hell no. Well, I'm just worried that your pony ass is gonna get blown off the side and shit.
There we go. That's like the old school Barrett.
Okay then. Follow me.
It's honestly surprising that they kept the teen rating. That was probably the biggest problem that they needed to do.
One with
I don't
the
think they
tornado
wanted to
for my
risk
baby.
doing an M rating.
Don't look at the fan.
What?
Whatever you do.
RPG, JRPG, excuse me, is mature rated. Every Western one is.
Shadow Hearts, I think is
Yep,
them.
yep, you're right.
Other than that, a lot of the fan service ones, like, as weird as it is, I think most of the Hyper Neptunia games are mature, just because of sexual content.
It's funny to think about it. I don't think there's a single Western RPG made in the last 10 years that isn't mature. In fact, they're very mature. In
Yeah.
fact, the last one I can think of is, I actually think Oblivion was teen. Wasn't that a thing where it was teen and then they changed it to mature at some point?
I'm not sure, but I wouldn't be surprised. Skyrim's definitely M. Dragon Age, all the games are M.
Mass Effect?
Witcher is extremely M.
Yes. Is Mass Effect M?
Section H is just up ahead. Slow and steady.
There's not a whole ton of blood or anything, so I could conceivably see that being teen.
Platform? Yeah.
We're about to find out.
That's the one.
Possibly Mass Effect 1, I'm going to say teen. Mass Effect 2 could possibly be mature.
Yeah, Mass Effect 1 is mature.
The cargo platform Biggs was talking about.
Oh, KOTOR is teen for sure.
Yeah, but that's Stars.
Oh, yeah, you can't make a mature game like that.
Error. Insufficient
I'd
power.
imagine Jade Empire is also probably teen.
You're kidding me.
Needs 3 lights worth, looks like.
But that's...
Interesting.
That's all of them, isn't it?
All or nothing.
Let's regroup here if we get lost. Remember the H1 sign.
Right.
Let's see now.
Yeah, so Oblivion was teen, and then I think for like a re-release or whatever, the ESRB was like, actually it's mature.
We shall lead our brothers and
I remember that being a thing. Even on the 360, like some are marked teen and some are marked mature for no reason.
Of the sun lamps.
Brighter future, my ass. Shit, down a one-way path to darkness and death.
Man, I really want to get done
There's
with
the
this.
switch.
Let's flip it and go.
I think I have like 5 minutes. Maybe I can possibly do it. Yeah, I have 6 minutes. Oops. I really don't want to start with this part next time.
Rerouting power. Please wait.
Okay.
That's one down.
Only 2 more.
This
lives
entire
to
part
go.
is just so weird and insane.
Reinitializing intrusion prevention system.
Intrusion prevention.
Back online because of
I like how for Japanese RPGs, for the most part, they're like, tell an epic story about something saving the world, and Western RPGs are like, you can do it with anyone you want. Like, that's how I view, like, Dragon Age and Mass Effect and all that stuff. It's like, hey, you can just, you're gonna score.
Commander Shepard, especially Mass Effect 2 onward, is a pretty hardcore Mary Sue. In fact, the beginning of Mass Effect 2, because you're never going to play it, he dies, and he gets resurrected by the Elusive Man, which is kind of like your ally, but also the ultimate villain of the game. And they, like, put you back together because they're like, oh, he survived the events of Mass Effect 1, he is the ultimate commander. And it's like, I don't know why they changed it that way, but it's pretty odd.
Huh. All I know is, as all those games go on, people like them less and less. Except for Witcher. People like Witcher 3 more than Witcher 2.
People really like Witcher 3 as well.
Oh, yeah.
I think people would like Mass Effect 3. It's just it has such a lame, awful ending.
that was nothing.
How about that Elder Scrolls 6, huh?
The other weird thing is that the Elder Scrolls game, like Oblivion and Skyrim, definitely adhere to that rule that it could be literally anyone and you're just some random guy. But Morrowind has like this plot element where the main character, they literally take the fact that you can save and reload as a plot element, and the main character has basically the power over like causality, and like if he dies, he can just like restart the timeline to a point where he's alive. And the main villain of Morrowind is a character named Riddick, which is
At least we know where the big ass
or-
things are.
I don't think it's Riddick, but I don't remember his actual name. But he doesn't want to fight you because he knows he can never win, and he will only like respond to hostile intent. So he'll never start the fight with you, only when you want to fight him. It's really interesting. And it's interesting that Morrowind or Oblivion onward, they never like revisit that idea at all. So I guess there's just nowhere else to go with it.
But isn't the guy in Skyrim like the Dragonborn? Like, isn't that a big thing?
Yeah, that's true. I guess the Skyrim main character is kind of Mary Sue too.
The
So
Obli-
the only one
Oblivion
is
guy's just a
Oblivion.
guy. Doesn't he start in like prison?
Yeah, he's about to be executed? No, I think that's Skyrim. I don't know why the Elder Scrolls game always starts you with like about to be executed.
But for the little I played Skyrim, they're all like, "Oh, you're the Dragonborn," and you're like, "What's that?" And they're like, "You're the best."
Should be able to climb down from here.
No, this
really want to get this lamp done, and then I'll just save in front of the platform. Call it apart.
Tifa's hair.
I say the real sun's the only one we need. To hell with shimmering in night lights.
I want the next generation of games to show realistic sweat, procedurally generated sweat, and hair getting messed up. Just like real life.
More wasted development time.
Right? As you attack more and more, you
Throughout the entire game, you can see tiny nicks in Cloud Sword appearing.
oh my god.
But it's like, because it's the Buster Sword or whatever, it's like, it's very, like, minimal and takes a bunch of hours.
The longer you play, the more facial hair you grow by little stubble. Procedurally generated stubble.
You can see Barrett's beard growing.
Aw. You know, we already had that kinda with San Andreas. That game was ridiculously ahead of its time. Obviously, not amazing graphics.
Yeah, and I always forget that San Andreas, I think, came out in 2004. I always assume it's like such a late PS2 release, but it isn't.
I want a game where, as you do attacks and stuff, you know, you have to, like, rest your muscles. It's kind of like Snake Eater, except for instead of just getting hurt, like, no matter what you do, it takes a little bit of stamina off of each muscle. I just want it to be like real life, really.
Dude, Red Dead 2 is your perfect game, then. You have to do all of that.
I hate it.
You have to take showers, you have to groom yourself.
I literally stopped playing it. I really enjoyed the first hour, which was really linear. And then when it was like, don't forget to shave, don't forget to feed your horse or something, I was like, I'm done. I literally stopped and uninstalled it. No joke.
Yeah. Even moving around in that game, just like, it's like, it has to be like real life.
But it was like...
It feels so sluggish.
I remember when
awful.
I saw the tutorial, which was like, hey, if it gets hotter outside, you have to change your clothes. I was like, I already in real life don't like doing this. Like, and I just quit. It like...
But my realism.
I guess people like that. If you get tired, you gotta sleep. Don't forget to eat. It's like, dude, bro.
It's like, if it was a survival game and that was the entire gimmick of it, like...
whatever,
yeah,
I guess.
But, I don't know.
I
I watched Jacob play a lot of Red Dead 2 for probably like tens of hours. And it was interesting, but I was like, I'd never want to play this myself.
I guess I should just watch the movie, the cutscenes.
Oh, you should. I watched the the climax of part 1 and then into part 2. It is amazing. Anyway.
I know. I wanted to so bad actually play it, but I'm not about to shave my beard in real life and in a video game. Get out of here.
All right, we're done.
See you next time for procedurally generated sweat. Bye.